These boots I got from the railroad. You get a free pair of winter boots every year. That's probably the best thing that I got out of the railroad, besides the divorce. Oh yeah, these are nice and warm. I grabbed the worst lighter I could possibly find. Look at all that rust on there. It's an antique. Hey, sweetie. Having fun?
I was just waiting.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm fine. The boys taking turns on the sled. You got it?
Yep.
Okay. I'll just hang out. Where's your gloves at, sweetie?
I didn't bring them.
Oh, that's not a good idea.
I know.
Here. I think I got some for you. So I have open water about 200 yards that way, a bunch of geese in there. Hey, wait. Stay off until I test it. So I'm just gonna kind of test this out. It's been like 5 degrees the last 2 days. So I don't know exactly how thick this is. I'll go along this bank here. I'll probably drill a hole right off here, see how thick it is, and then just kind of move out from there, see where we're at. Yes, I don't hear any cracking or anything like that. There's not much give or anything. It feels pretty safe. Just to be sure, before I go out too far, I'll drill a hole in the ice, see what we're working with. Looking about 8 inches, 7 or 8 inches, so that's pretty good. There you go. There you go. Now you're working. So see all these little things with the strings on them, these little hooks? Just take that, pull it, and it'll pop out like that. You do that to all the sides. I don't know if I can get it over there, but this one will probably hold it. That's a big sucker. Hang on. You can ski with that thing. Hopefully they get that rock. We'll tie it to that rock.
That's when you have to like take it up.
I think, hold it right there. I think we'll tie it to that end. And then we'll have the opening away from the wind so that the opening doesn't, the wind doesn't blow into the opening. So the other rock will tie to here. Perfect. Line, okay. So I just slip it around there. It just makes a little lasso, like a little loop. And I'm gonna try to tie it around this knot so it gets stuck. I'm gonna face it like this, and if I can loop it around there, there we go. Now if we could just get another one on the other side, I think it might hold it. We'll see where we're at.
We evolved. That feels so good. Dad, there's a rock right there.
If that mustard doesn't look like a big pile of dog poop, I don't know what does.
It looks like a dog that ate so much blueberries and blackberries and all that. Yeah.
This is the best dinner I've ever had on a frozen lake.
They said pineapple.
Trying to hide in this, in the crustaceans. Yeah. These guys are gonna have quite a shock.
Oh. like 20 feet.
And then we'll push this into these ice right here. And this will actually freeze and set this in there. Okay, and then we just move that flag over like that. And when the fish pulls on it, it'll make that pool. It'll spin it, which will spin this right here. And this lever will come out and this flag will pop up. And that's, they call these tip ups. Okay. What's up, Pinky? You got it? You see that?
Yeah.
Got something on there. Might be a decent size, I don't know. He's fighting good. Oh!
Oh, yes!
Yes! These fish here are a little bit frozen, so they've been sitting on ice for a few hours. But for this bass, I am just going to cut up the belly all the way up to the top where the gills are. And I'm just gonna pull out all the insides.
Do you do that to every fish or just that one?
Just this particular fish, I'm just gonna do it like this, just because that's the way I'm gonna cook it. I'm gonna cook a whole fish with the skin on.
Yeah, I like it like that. What are you gonna do with the catfish? Fillet it?
Yeah.
Can you even make a whole catfish or just fillet it?
You could, I guess. I don't want to. So when I get up here to this top, I'm gonna cut down along where the gills are. And so the entire guts will all kind of come out together. So you can use the guts for either bait or either trapping bait, or you can use them in a minnow trap or to catch turtles with, all kinds of different stuff. Me, I'll probably just give them to my dogs.
So you just eat the skin?
Nope, you don't eat the skin. You can eat the skin. You'll we'll take a back of a knife like this and get most of those scales off. Thing just flew away.
Are we gonna eat it whole?
Hmm?
Are we gonna eat it whole?
Nope. So you can eat the skin if you want to, but for most people that's pretty unappealing, unappetizing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cook it inside the skin, but we'll peel the skin away once it's done cooking. So no, we won't actually consume any of the skin. So that's good enough for that. I'm gonna put that back on ice. Yeah, I'm gonna just actually clean out a little bit of this top here. Just get all that away. All that, anything with blood on it or anything. Just try to peel that away.
So you're supposed to eat like everything.
So this is pretty much what I'm left with here. I will clean that up a little bit, but for now I'm gonna put it on ice.
So you just eat like take off the peel and then eat the skin of it?
Yeah, for the catfish, so right behind this fin here, just behind this fin, is a little bone that you'll see protruding slightly, and they have that on both sides, which is basically the back of their head. So I'll feel out for that little bone, and I'll just cut right behind it, just into the skin a little bit. I don't want to cut into the actual meat, I just want to cut into the skin. And I'll find the bone on the other side, do the same thing, then I'll join them together on the top, as well as the belly. Again, I'm not trying to go too deep. I went a little deeper than I wanted to there. Then I'll take my skin and pliers.
Peel off this.
And I'll just go ahead and peel off that skin. If you have any of the skin meeting, then you want to cut that away. You don't, if you start ripping on it and you have skin that's still joined up, a lot of times it'll rip, just like that one did a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that a little bit further through. And so I just basically go around and get it all started around the entire fish. And once you get it started, then it will mostly pretty much peel off like a sock. It's a lot easier to skin them when they're super fresh. I've had these on ice for quite a while, so should have skinned them earlier, but as sometimes occurs, got sidetracked. So, and I'll just take my skin and pliers and I'll take that top dorsal fin off. Biggest thing about how I like to keep the fish, just try to keep them as cold as I can. Keeps the meat a lot harder. Doesn't get mushy. You don't want that. Alright, so instead of messing around with the guts, I just like to go and I find this backbone here and I'll try to cut right along. I usually like to use a little bit more bendable knife so I can really bend it and get really close to the vertebrae. This will be a little tricky, but I think I'm gonna get most of it here. You do lose a little bit of meat when you fillet catfish like this, but nothing really goes to waste. I give it to my chickens, or I give it to the dogs, or I'll put it into the garden. So it all gets used up either way. So again, find where that bone is, and then I just try to cut along the outside of the ribs. And so you can see there's some belly meat and stuff I'm missing, but I will usually cut that belly meat and stuff out anyway, because a lot of that is what gives it that fishy flavor. And if you get a little bit of bones, you can get them out later. My hands are a little cold, so I'm not doing the best job at this, but you're getting the idea anyway. So, alright, and so you end up, the tail's nice and skinny, most of the meat's off of it and stuff. Everything else that I have here is gonna go in the garden, and
I thought you were gonna give it to the dogs.
yeah, the dogs will probably end up carrying it off, but I'm gonna put it in my garden for the time being. Okay, so you have these two nice little fillets here, and I'm gonna go through here. And so a lot of this like red stuff I'm gonna try to peel out. That's gonna be like this vein and stuff right here. That's gonna give you a really fishy flavor. So I try to go through there and I try to get all of that off. And so that just provides you with a really clean white fillet, a really, really good tasting fish.